How I live and travel full-time for $0. So look, I want to preface today's how-to video by saying that the secret to this working for me and for Kellyanne was that I solved the short-term net cash flow equation, and I did that first, which allowed me to make this work for us. Now, what that means is I have a lot of other income streams. However, I do want to say that none of those are going to be included in the numbers that we review here together today. Even though this is not a typical or even a recommended starting point for people, based on my philosophies, you should be looking for ways that work for you to build some version of this. For context, it took me 4 years to build this, and it's entirely over the internet, from any couch that I want, in any location, in my most comfortable pair of sweatpants. Now, why do I share this with you today? Because it's my opinion that there's more opportunity than ever for anyone, anywhere, to replicate this now, more than ever before in history. So I also want to make a follow-up video that shows you how I solved the short-term net cash flow equation over the past 4 years. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to catch that. Hang on tight today, because I'm going to walk you through how I'm using the exact house that you see here to live and travel full-time right now, completely for free. Now, this is an example of what I would consider to be advanced cash flow hacking. I want to first take a quick tour of the house so that you can kind of see what we're working with, and then I'm going to get deep into the numbers. To start, I do want to note that this home appraised for $625,000 when we bought it in March of 2019. We currently owe $477,000 on it, which I'm on pace to pay off in a little over 9.5 years maximum. In fact, we're going to discuss later that I plan on actually paying this off much faster than that, depending on how much cash flow I ultimately direct to it instead of other things. Now, the house recently valued at $670,000 following some of the work that we put in. So far, since March of 2019, we've spent roughly $20,000 on overpriced upgrades because we do live in a small town, which basically means there's no competition and you get ripped off. We opened up the kitchen. We put in new appliances, we upgraded to a $9,000 tankless boiler and hot water heater, and we completed the entire backyard with sod and a pergola. We also decided to invest much more in the interior design, which you'll see. We wanted that decor to create a high-end option here in this popular mountain town, and we wanted to build the nicest space possible, which of course then commands the most money from really high-quality guests. I couldn't believe it when this house even rented for as much as $1,000 per night when festivals and extreme river jeeping, mountain biking competitions came to town. You guys remember the good old days when music and sports were a thing? I miss those days. I'm sure you guys do too. Shout out to being excited for post-COVID life, right? Now, I promise you guys we're gonna go over the rest of the numbers after I give you a quick tour. I wanna show you how doing things the way that we are, we've already created a way to live and travel completely for free with just one house using today's current COVID numbers. Now, before we get to the tour, if you want me to keep making these videos showing you guys how to hack your cash flow, drop a like and subscribe. Now, I know it's annoying, guys, but it's true that YouTube actually likes us much more when you drop a like. So I'm gonna bribe you. I'll even give you a free copy of the budgeting tool that I created and I use, which actually helped me easily organize my plan for all of this to work and even be paid off in lightning speed. It's called the Cash Flow Cruncher. I'm gonna go ahead and link it for you below. While I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and put a link in the description for the house so that you can check it out, see the listing for yourself, and who knows, maybe you'll even come to Colorado and be our guest here in Buena Vista. It's absolute paradise, and I'd like to give away a free stay here sometime this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Sometime in the next 10 videos on this channel, I'm gonna give away a free stay for you and up to 7 people. As long as you can find a way to get here by car or aircraft, I'm gonna give away a stay. So watch the coming videos for your chance to win, let's say 3 nights. And let's go ahead and go inside and see what it is you'll enjoy when you get here. So as you enter the home, you'll see that it opens in 2 directions. Here to the left, you've got the main living quarters, a wide open vaulted ceiling room with pine ceilings. We've got ceiling fans in every room. To the right, you'll see the open kitchen space that we opened up by knocking out a wall and taking out a large hutch over here. A ton of really comfortable seating. As a tall guy, it's important to me to have seating. One of the special features about this house is there is a tremendous view outside each and every window. As we continue to the left, you'll see that we have our first set of queen over queen bunk beds. These are about as sturdy as it comes, purchased from the Midwest, an Amish family. You'll see that above each of the top bunks, we've installed shelving for convenience purposes, obviously phones or cups of water. Again, out this window, about the best view you're gonna find. Inside each closet, we do have a variety of helpful items, including baby accessories, an iron, a space heater, an extra fan. We do include safes in every single room, and we also include high top chairs for additional baby needs, as well as an ironing board. We also include a lot of extra pillows, which we know some people do prefer. One of the other perks that we include in this home is a very comfortable plush robe for every guest. We do include suitcase rests. I'm not sure what they're called actually. You can see in here we've got a Jack and Jill bathroom, his and her sinks. Cool thing about these is that they light up for makeup, just on touch screen, touch lighting. We do put our password in every room as well for our Wi-Fi. Behind me you see the commode, lots of extra towels, tons of extra toilet paper, and in each bathroom we do include shampoo, conditioner, and body wash for each guest as well. Some of the extra over-the-top accessories we provide are cotton balls, floss sticks, high-end organic lotions, the best quality hand soaps, etc. Over here, you'll see that we include cups for drinking. Stepping into the next mirror room, queen over queen bunk as well. A little bit different color scheme, but ultimately very, very similar. Again, a luggage rack here. Over here to the left, you'll see that every room also includes its own sound machine, so people can sleep more easily at night. Another remarkable view out this window as well. You really can't lose no matter which room you pick in the home. As we continue back through the main living quarters, we're gonna go ahead and follow this back around into the music room. Now this doubles as an office, of course. When we're here, we use it to work in, but we also enjoy the instruments as well. We've included a piano, a guitar, as well as an ukulele right up here for our guests to enjoy. Around the house, we don't put any photographs of ourselves. In fact, we just include a lot of historic photos of Buena Vista, things that are relative to the surrounding areas, of course. As we step into the master bedroom here, you can see it's another wide open space with huge vaulted ceilings, another ceiling fan as well. We have went ahead and included a television for the upcoming guest who requested it. This is a special request, but this TV is not normally in the master. We do have a separate clothing wardrobe rack here, because as you'll see, we close off the landlord closet so we don't have to move our clothes out every time. We also have French doors out here that open up to that beautiful Mount Princeton view. And as we step into the master bathroom, you'll find we have both a tub, stand-up shower, and just tons and tons of storage for his and her sinks. Again, plush bathrobes for every guest. You can see where we close off the owner's closet here. And while this is not secure, we do trust that people aren't really that interested in stealing our clothing. Behind me, we have the commode as well. Again, we include everything from air fresheners to toilet paper, to drinking cups, to cotton swabs, cotton balls, toothpicks, Q-tips, etc. Literally anything someone could think of, we've attempted to include. This actually wraps back around into the kitchen and the dining area. You'll see it's a huge wide open kitchen. And what I love about the concept that we've come up here with here is we're an all-inclusive type of resort 5-star short-term rental. Not only do we provide a Keurig, but we actually provide the K-cups. You can see here, we provide one of the best collections of spices you're gonna find, all organic. This is, of course, above and beyond. We have every single type of kitchen utensil, including the Instant Pot that you could want. Obviously, all plates, mugs, wine cups, small cups, and you'll see in the reviews people complimenting how fully stocked the kitchen is. Here you'll see that as another perk, we do include a tourism section that involves all of the local activities. It's a huge tourist area and has a lot of seasonal draw and outdoor activities that people could enjoy. So we do include all of that here for them. As we circle here to the right, you see that we have a large 8-seat dining room table. We do include placemats, which not only look great, but of course protect the table. These are all memory foam seated chairs, so a lot more comfortable than you're normally gonna find. Obviously, you can see outdoors just how inviting that new yard and pergola are. We've got a massive front room with a wood-burning fireplace. We do include the lighter utensils, firewood. We've got starter material over here. We do have Apple TV. We've got all of the Netflix, Amazon Prime, and streaming services that anyone could want. And we also, again, include a lot of local reading material for our guests as well. So we've got magazines about Buena Vista. We've got a book about the 14ers here in Colorado. We've got a history of Chaffee County, and we've got before and after photos from 1870 to 2000 of Colorado. So just a lot of really great and sort of interesting reading material for people who come in and stay. Of course, we do include our COVID-19 Safe Business Certificate here as well. I'm gonna cover up the address, but yeah, we do obviously want that on display. As we circle back here to the left, you can see that this opens up to the washer and dryer, the laundry facility. We do put these signs on virtually everything. We're big into notifying people of what to expect. You can see we've got a first aid kit, a suggestion box. You'll see over here, anything we don't want people to use, we obviously have labels for. We ask people not to put food down the sinks because we're on a septic. We label that this is the reverse osmosis water. We obviously label all the soaps, dish soap, hand sanitizer. All of this is included and just makes it so much easier for people to understand where things are and identify. Back to the last room inside, we've got one more additional living space with a full pull-out queen memory foam bed inside. This is actually a rising coffee table. These are fantastic. Looks like it's actually backwards, but you can see when we come into this room and want to work, every time this room gets used, that gets put back backwards for some reason. Over here, we've got another large smart TV. The Wi-Fi password again included. While we don't play video games, we have included those for guests, just in the event that it's something that they may end up wanting to use themselves. Now, you can see here that we've included a coat hanger. Since this room does not have a closet, we want people to be able to hang their coats. We're also very sensitive to including plugs, and we've attached these with a very strong two-sided tape. Again, another sound machine there. More comfortable seating, extra blankets, and in this cabinet, we have included extra sheets and towels as well. That back there is a landlord closet to the boiler room that we do keep locked when we leave. All right, now for the fun stuff. We're entering into the game room of the property. I've showed you guys this before. You can see that we have just tons of seating, lots of comfortable seating, made even a little extra living room space. All of these cabinets give us extra storage for things like tools, additional supplies, even wardrobe that we want to store out here and lock. However, one of the perks of renting here is that we include a massive game center and sporting area where you can pull out and use frisbees, balls, the mitts, and this is all included in the rental. We've got ring toss up here, obviously more signage to have people help out and to remind them it's a no smoking property, another first aid kit, more seating and table space. We've included additional seats and chairs over here, as well as ladders people can access. We've got a foosball table. All of these are high-end, high-quality game. You could certainly skimp on this stuff. It just isn't the same. We've got a poker table. When that's flipped over, it's actually a poker table, so both sides are usable. Up here, we've got a tournament-style dartboard, as well as the toss line there. You can see we've got another adjustable table here, and a fully functional wood stove, so in the wintertime people can actually heat this space up. This is possibly one of my favorite rooms in the entire house. This was left almost the same way as we purchased. You can see the trough style bathtub, old-fashioned shower. We've stuck with the barn theme here. Even the towels are barnwood towels. You can see we've used old mason jars to keep the shampoo, conditioner, and soap. Again, Q-tips, cotton balls. We want everything to be as detailed as it can possibly be in every single space. Again, more of the air fresheners, and actually these are my grandmother's old riding boots. The house is named and dedicated to my grandparents, Camp Wood. So that's a very special meaning to me. And here's one last area where we're really detailed is providing access to even river supplies, because this is a river town. So we include rafts, tubes, we include all the life jackets, all the helmets, the paddles. So this is something that is above and beyond. You can see all the water shoes that we include in different sizes, all the way up to men's size 13. So this is the completion of the interior of the property. Let me show you quickly here the outside, and then let's dive into the numbers. Outside here we have a very nice fire pit, giant steel bowl. You can see we have high quality iron chairs and seating benches with pads. Over here we've got 2 picnic tables, The lights are scheduled to come on this tree and on the pergola at 8 p.m. and turn off automatically at 10:30 p.m. So this is just a very chill, beautiful space for our guests to enjoy. Another 8-seat exterior table, as well as several stools back behind this pergola. Again, you can see how we've installed the lighting above here, and we do include the barbecue as well. Again, an additional sign here, please do clean the barbecue after each and every use. And one of the things that we do include as well is a hot tub, guys. This house is as fully stocked as you can possibly get, and what I want to do now is just go over the numbers together so that you can really understand why this has become such an amazing way for us to both live and travel completely free of charge. So let's take a look at that now. So guys, here's the bottom line. We made over $6,000 on this property in both June and July after we finally received permission and our license from the county to reopen after the pandemic broke out. Now, we're already booked to easily beat those numbers through August and September. I should mention that we do have big plans underway to make a lot more from the 5 acres you see behind me over the next 5 years. But for today's video, I really wanted to stick only with current actuals. I think that's important. I don't want to include any speculation at all. The payment on this property is $2,714 per month. That's including the principal, the interest, taxes, and insurance. Go ahead and tack on another $750 on average for the utilities and Wi-Fi, as well as the B&B inventory like shampoo, conditioner, soaps, paper towels, toilet paper, all the stuff I showed you earlier. This amount covers these items for both us and the guests, which means that we spend a little bit less than $3,500 monthly for this property, leaving over $2,500 in cash flow right now. So that's $6,000 plus in income, less the $3,500 in expenses. That's how we calculate cash flow, all income minus all expenses. Now, I said that we get to live and travel completely for free, right? Let's first look at the vacancy here in June and July. What this shows is that we were able to personally use and enjoy the asset for half of the month, while also making $6,000 in revenue by renting it out. Better yet, the house and the hot tub are professionally cleaned and sanitized many times every single month, which is also paid for by the guests. So we actually get to stay in a house that's so clean I could practically eat off the floor while we use it and use our time working and making our improvements to the property and growing revenue streams. You getting the drift? Now, I don't plan on selling this cash flow goose anytime soon, so this is really just an interesting bonus worth mentioning. But over the last year and a half, the value has also been increased by nearly $50,000. And that's just because we're putting the cleaning and the cost of the upkeep on the guests, and it gives us the attention to detail of making this a 5-star location. And just in doing this, outside of the rent surging that we talked about, we've increased the values by $33,000 a year so far. In all accuracy, less the $20,000 we put in for the upgrades that we talked about. So really closer to about a $30,000 net increase in total value so far because of that. Again, only a bonus because I hope we can keep this about lifestyle and freedom, which means we need the cash flow coming in from as many streams as possible. So let's get back to lifestyle and freedom. Here's the obvious formula, folks. If we rent this place more and use it less ourselves, we obviously make more money. If we use it more ourselves and we rent it less, we're gonna make less money. You get the drift. It's a very easy formula. So where do we live during the other 2 weeks, and what are we doing with the extra money? As I mentioned in the very beginning, we're not only getting to live and work here for free, making revenue streams, but half the time we're also able to travel all over the country working and playing as well, all for free too. In fact, I returned yesterday after spending the last 2 weeks hitched up and RVing through Palisade, Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park, Las Vegas, Santa Barbara, Sequoia National Park, just to name a few. And let me assure you, work is quite enjoyable with those views. I even met one of my heroes. His name is Charlie Rocket. On this trip, we filmed a video together discussing the magic of this process, and that's going to be dropping soon. So again, make sure you're a subscriber. So yeah, there is one little part of the tour that I did not yet get to. We did all of this in a $100,000 piece of equipment. Actually, multiple pieces of equipment worth $100,000, including this brand new 2020 Grand Design 2670 MK, and this is fully loaded, okay? We also have a fully loaded Dodge Ram. It's a 2019 Power Wagon. After my trade, combined, these two items cost me less than $1,000 per month to finance and less than $1,500 a month to rent, insure, fuel, and park as we travel. Better yet, we're paying these off in an accelerated way, just as we would teach on this channel as well. We could pay these off now, but instead we are planning to pay them both off in under 2 years. One last thing, check it out, folks. We also bought a second rig as an office. This is a 2250 RK because when Kellyanne and I both have calls, this allows us to both be hooked up, have our air conditioning, and even have dump sites. We also decided to invest a small amount of money into solar and lithium batteries, which allow us to stay all over the country for free on BLM, Bureau of Land Management, and see some of the best places in the world. I mean, hell guys, look at this. This is right out our own backyard. So what it boils down to is we basically have the choice every day to stay anywhere, anytime for very little money, and we get to pocket the difference, which we use to pay off debts super fast, and the rest of the time we spend working from any internet and phone connection, finding ways to keep making another $10,000 a month that each have the potential to make $100,000 or more every month. This is just what we're doing. It's an insanely creative and fast way to have your cake and eat it too. The good news is ideas like this are more doable by more families now than ever before in history. And guys, we have COVID to thank for teaching us that we can all work from home, we can work remotely, home can be anywhere. We all literally get to make that choice. Kellyanne and I are at a point now where this has all worked out so well for us already that we're now thinking of upgrading to this behemoth. It's the Ram 3500 diesel dually to pull this even more incredible behemoth 40-foot Gateway 3810 RLB. It would be a very small jump in cost each month, only about $250 to $300 more than what we're doing thus far. That all with being able to pay off the house super fast. Now I'm curious, how many of you followers on my channel have ever thought about RVing? Go ahead and drop a comment below. Where are some of the places that you would go first if you did get an RV? Also, I'm sure some of you guys are turned off by the idea of spending time in just one of these anytime or anywhere that you wanted, even if it was free. I've always wanted to, but no doubt about it, I was definitely skeptical. So go ahead and drop a thumbs down on this video if you are anti-RV, because I'm just as curious to see how many people are not into this idea. Now, you guys may have caught that I will have this house paid off in well under 9 years, 10 months. That's because we still choose to pay the extra $2,700 every month towards principal that we would be paying anyway if we didn't have guests making all of the payments for us. So at a bare minimum, I'm gonna save over $219,000 in future interest costs. I teach lots of ways to do this on this channel, so make sure you check those out. In fact, be sure to subscribe because mark my words, this house behind me will be paid off well under half that time, meaning 4 years, 5 months maximum. And I'll make another video outlining how, and it all has to do with the work that I'm doing while we're on the road. We're always building those short-term active income streams. Here's the most important takeaway from this video that I want you guys to understand. I was only able to accomplish this because my credit score is forcing the banks to work for me instead of me working and doing what most people do, which is working my ass off for the banks and the IRS each and every month. And instead, I get to go anywhere, anytime. I don't have to worry about costs. I get to work and make money from anywhere. I get to turn debt into wealth, and you can get to do that too. Guys, Dave Ramsey does not teach any of this information.
You work your butt off your whole life.
I'm living for free. Why isn't he teaching about that? My assets are being paid off for me, and I'm financially safe no matter what. And yes, even my credit cards pay me about $250 per month. So eat your heart out, Mr. Ramsey.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe you want to do the same thing here, guys. And here's the thing. You just don't know what you need to do next. Most people are in that boat, okay? Join the club. We all started from that point. We start there every time we grow and expand. So guys, a year and a half ago, I didn't know the first thing about running a VRBO business, but I hired a team to help me. 6 months ago, I didn't know the first thing about living in an RV, but I recruited a team to help me. I hired a team to help me buy this house, to help me buy all my real estate, a team. My real estate agent on this house saved me at least $25,000 on the purchase price and possibly even saved our lives after he got the sellers to pay for testing and radon mitigation on the home. And there happened to be a high level of radon. Maybe you want this type of freedom, guys, and you just don't know the first thing about making the banks do the hard work for you. It's all about advanced money and credit decisions. Lucky for you, we know all about advanced money and credit decisions. We're a team of experts. We can help you build a custom map to change that for yourself. Visit freecoachingcalendar.com to get involved. Our average member pays off all of their debt, including their home, in under 25 years, saving well over $100,000. The fact of the matter is, the only reason that I've been able to build the roadmap that I showed you today, or any of the roadmaps that I follow, is because I have teams helping me. I pay a lot of money every month to hire folks. I cannot stress enough how badly you need to figure out a way to get a team and get a plan in place that you can constantly follow. You have to be able to be consistent. It's the number one ingredient, folks. It is scary as hell, but having people standing beside you who do have a track record of success and they know what they're doing, most importantly, they have your best interests in mind, they can make this journey a lot easier on you. And planning major life-altering decisions like these, it is confusing. It's complicated, it's definitely scary and uncomfortable, but the only alternative from what I can tell, guys, is a lifetime of debt and W-2 slavery. It's a lifetime of risk and uncertainty. I get to pick. You get to pick. There's no wrong answer, but there's definitely a better and worse way. I decided a long time ago that I didn't deserve to work for a boss, the banks, Uncle Sam, until I was too old to even enjoy the stuff that I'm already doing full time now. So that's my rant at the moment. I think a good place to start is by just checking out what people have said about us on our BBB page. That's the Better Business Bureau. We have an A+ rating there. We're gold star earners for like the last 8 years. We have a bunch of reviews from participants as well there. And then just get involved. Okay? I'm gonna put all the links associated with this video for you below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Keep on cash flowing.